Good day, folks. Welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I ran into Scott Perry in the halls of Congress with George and Heather, and following is just a short interaction. I started the camera a little late, but wait till the end when he gets into the truth about J6 and uncovering that, but the censorship industrial complex, all of it. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
And so
They become like a state actor?
Yeah, well, they kind of do, but if you have a private right of action, it doesn't matter whether the government does it or not. You can sue. Now, they got to make their case, but like they don't want to have that liability, right? Because you could become very wealthy very quickly if you were to win, right? They don't want any of that. It can't just be government.
I know your
action.
staffer wants you somewhere so bad.
He's probably just trying to keep me out of trouble.
He's trying to make sure I don't get to misedit this.
I used to be a reporter for Real America's Voice. So
Okay.
I like
I was just
Steve
talking
Bannon.
today out at the prison.
Oh, Ben Bergquam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
Yeah.
So isn't it as simple as just saying, look, these platforms are now public necessities? Because let's say Google just took...
Well, it's become the public square, right?
Yeah, the modern version of whatever that would have been in the 1800s.
And we have free speech, not for the speech that we all find palatable, but for the speech that some of us object to.
Absolutely.
Right? So, you know, if you're trying to conduct human trafficking as a free speech exercise, we would have a problem with that, right? If you're trying to encourage violence through and call that free speech, we're going to have a problem with that. But if we have difference of opinions, sorry, that we got to hear that.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing: if you don't want to hear it, don't listen. Shut it off. Right? You got the choice.
But now Silicon Valley essentially just has a monopoly on who gets
No, I
speak.
agree.
I mean, they banned President Trump.
Yes, I know.
Just
Well, they banned you.
Yeah.
Right?
But, you know, I'm just somebody, right?
But that's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point.
That is the point.
Every one of us sovereign American citizens are our own sovereign being, and we have the right to be heard. You don't have to be president. You can be George from Colorado, right?
I like you more now, man. I
That's
like
the
you
point,
before, but man,
right?
very smart.
The people here are we're supposed to be serving our bosses.
Yeah.
But here's the
Survey.
thing that never gets talked about is that they try to say social media companies are private companies. But we're using taxpayer-funded agencies to have accounts on places like X, right? So you have the FLOTUS account, the White House one.
Right.
So how can you allow taxpayer-funded agencies to operate on your platform, but then censor the very people that they represent?
Don't be asking
That's a
these
very
uncomfortable
good
questions.
So I
Heather.
feel like in order to accept government accounts on your platform, you should inherently be agreeing to not censoring the constituents that agency represents.
Well, I know that a bunch of these officials have suddenly cozied up to
Yes.
president, but
I think if President Trump got back in 2020, he would not be as effective as he is right now.
I think you're probably.
So,
we'll see. I think.
Do you know what's interesting? George and I have talked about this a lot, but we believe it's God's grace that we went through the 4 years.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like grace when we were going through it. But we would know what we know now.
Right. Well, and we don't know enough. That's the other thing that needs to happen. We can't just be happy now that President Trump is the president. We are happy about that, but we need to get to the bottom of how this all occurred.
Exactly.
Investigations need to continue, even if the people were pardoned that were part of it. We need to know the truth. The American people demand to know the truth.
Amen.
Well, thank you for being one of the brave people here that actually care about getting to the truth.
Are you
guys
thinking
are
of
like
running?
unicorns.
You're Pennsylvania.
I'm supporting you, my friend.
Are you thinking of running for governor? We need a governor.
Thank you. I